What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, we ended up having a very, very good weekend. I went over this every single day so far this weekend. This was Monday. This was Sunday. We had an amazing Sunday, one of our best weekends that we have had in quite a long time. We went up between 25 to 30 units on Sunday alone, and then Saturday also quite good. Got a lot of setups for that Sunday, and then hit a couple of three-mans on that Saturday as well. All right, guys. So had a very good weekend, and overall yesterday, it was Monday, so it was a bit of a lighter day, but we did cash a 9.5x. And the importance of cashing a massive entry like this, a 9.5x, cannot be understated because of this entry alone, we went up 8.5 units from this one entry. If you don't understand the math from that, pretty much one unit is used for the actual entry itself, and then the rest of the units is profit on top of that. You can also think about this as you pretty much need 8.5 slips to miss for it to even out, pretty much, right? So this entry alone paid for 8+ misses, right? So if you have 8 misses, if you go down your prize picks account on your phone or your computer, and you count 8 misses, this entry right here paid for all of that, okay? So a couple of ways to think about that. That is why, when I show these graphs like this, so far in 2026, guys, we are up 40 units alone in 2026. Here is very important to understand is the record, right? We have 23 wins. We have 58 losses. The reason why we have double the losses of wins is because we play a lot of 3-mans and a lot of 4-mans, just as you guys see, the entire weekend, you guys see it right here. We don't really play that many 2-mans or easy entries to hit. We play a lot of 3-mans, a lot of 4-mans that are more difficult to hit, but when they do hit, they pay us out a lot more, right? So you're going to always see us not hitting as much as winning record-wise, but we're going to be profitable as always. And it's very important to understand, when these 4-mans hit, they pay off a lot of losses on top of itself, right? So we took Aaron Rodgers under in this slip on the VIP. We took Pat Freiermuth under on the VIP as well. And both of these guys ended up hitting together because if you guys saw the game, defensive game for the Texans was an absolute masterclass. This was actually the play of the day here on this YouTube channel. I ended up taking the guys over in this here, and it was honestly not a bad call. DK Metcalf over was probably the best chance they had, but I don't think anyone on the Steelers went over. Maybe Gainwell did. I didn't check his line there, but literally I'm pretty sure every single player on the Steelers went under. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers only had 149 yards or 46 yards. So everyone on that team is likely to go under in that game if the quarterback does not perform. Now, a couple of things here is that 2-minute drill at the end of the game where Aaron Rodgers throws a pick six. If Aaron Rodgers did not throw a pick six and they drive down the field with soft defenses, you always see this in 2-minute drills. The teams just give out soft defenses and try to just waste the clock. Maybe Aaron Rodgers does go over. Maybe DK Metcalf goes over because he needed 10 more yards. I think DK had 42 yards in that first quarter and then did nothing else. All right. I think he had a drop and did nothing else the rest of the game. But personally, maybe a little bit selfishly, but selfish more towards my VIP rather than the free picks, we did cash this 8.5x because 9.5x because Aaron Rodgers did go under. Right. So we took both sides of the coin here. As you guys will see, sometimes guys are going to go under together. Sometimes guys are going to go over together. Am I going to sit here and say that I have the crystal ball and I know every time when a guy's going to go over together or under together? No, of course not. That is not what I preach. What I preach is that I know that when a quarterback overperforms and they do very well, then his receiver is going to also do very well. If a quarterback underperforms, the receivers are likely going to underperform with him, which is called correlation, and this is what we do on this channel. Now, with that being said, Texans money line we took yesterday morning, and this went ahead and hit. We also took North Carolina Central. That went ahead and hit as well. We also took Celtics money line. That ended up missing by 2 points. I forgot to add the screenshot for some reason. But we did get this set up in League of Legends, and I have a lot to talk about in League of Legends today, which is going to be very, very fun because I personally think it's the best sport to bet on prize picks alone. All right. So if you have never heard of League of Legends before, you're in for a big treat. This is another setup we have actually going into that national championship game, and then we have a setup happening, I guess it's in 24 hours or whatever for Counter-Strike, and you guys see this across the board as well. I will also say I'm giving away a signed Nico Collins jersey giveaway, guys, so again, you know what to do. Like and comment every single day to enter and get additional raffle tickets in this entry. How this works is every single day you come onto this channel, get the picks, of course, like and comment every single day. You can comment who's going to win the Super Bowl, who do you think is going to win that Indiana-Miami matchup, and when you do that, I will get you an additional raffle ticket entry in to win this signed jersey giveaway. So by the end of January, you might have 25 entries in this raffle and have a very good chance of hitting, of course, guys. So One last thing I did also want to say, the free picks. This was Saturday's free picks, all right? So this was Saturday's free picks right here on this channel. Here was Sunday's free picks, and we end up hitting a lot of these Saturday picks. We end up hitting a lot of these Sunday picks. The ones that we did miss, like Hunter Henry, Saquon Barkley, Trevor Lawrence, were very, very close, right? They needed to maybe go under over just 1 point or one reception, rushing attempt, whatever it is. Saquon was a very close one. He ends up getting 2 receptions in that 2-minute drill they had. And yeah, but overall, very good here. And then on ONYX, guys, I want to really highlight this, guys, on ONYX, on this whole playoff weekend. So I believe this game was on Friday, right? We had the Friday Indiana and Oregon game, and then we had the Panthers game happen on Saturday, and then the 49ers game on Sunday, and then we had the Texans game money line on last night's game, all right? So every single day of the playoffs that I've been giving out picks on ONYX odds, the past 4 days in a row, we have hit every single entry here. And again, these are not super in the money, bets, right? It's not like I'm betting on minus 300, minus 400 favorites where they're going to hit most of the time and you're not going to make that much money, right? A lot of times these are minus 107, minus 117. So it's hard to call playoff games sometimes, guys. These are amazing calls. All of these hit very easily. You really, if you go through all of these were all extremely easy hits. Texans money line, very easy hit. 49ers won, so that was a very easy hit. Panthers could have easily won. That was a great hit. And then Indiana wins by like 30 points or something. So this is also a very, very easy entry here, guys. This is why we win long-term, guys. We're very consistent. We stick to a set strategy. I always show this graph. I'm very transparent about my bets. You guys see here, I show the record, I show the win-loss, I show the profit. We are extremely up so far in 2026. We're off to a very, very good start. We are 13 days in. Already a $10 better would be up $400 on my sports bets if you have taken all my bets so far in 2026, guys. That is absolutely extraordinary. I gave out a 2026 pass at the beginning of this year where you would get all of my plays for the entire year for about $400. I did that at the very beginning of the year. If you guys did get that, if you're a $10 better, you could have already paid that off in the first 13 days of January and had the rest of the year pretty much in the money, full profit. All right, guys. So this is what we do here. We win long term. As you guys will see here, here's 2024. So this was 2 years ago. Here was last year in 2025. As you guys can see, we win long term no matter what, right? There's ups and downs in the business of sports betting. If you think that you're going to get into sports betting and you're going to be the one person that wins every single day, you're completely wrong. That is never going to happen. You're going to have losses some days, but very consistent, and you got to stay consistent with the set strategy that we do have. And of course, I'm going to get into that today, what our actual strategy is. First pick of the day, guys, though, is going to be on ONYX odds. I'm taking the Nuggets minus 2.5 in this Nuggets versus Pelicans game. Put a full unit on it. For some reason, I messed up and I put 20. Normally, I put 30 on these entries, but yeah, it was just I don't know, I just fat fingered it. But anyway, here's the play of the day on ONYX odds, guys, for the Nuggets spread right here at minus 2.5. With ONYX odds, guys, you will get a free $200 in bets on ONYX. Okay, so if you do not have ONYX odds, get everyone you know sign up for ONYX odds. You'll get $200 in free picks. I get this question a lot. Okay, how do they look on my account? You put $10 in and you don't actually get the money. What happens is you get 8 $25 free picks. Okay, so you get 8 $25 free picks. In other words, think about it as you have a person handing you $25 8 times, right? If 8 different people on the street, you go for a walk, 8 people on the street hand you $25 and they're like, hey, you can do whatever you want with this money, with this $25. That is what ONYX odds is offering right now, is absolutely incredible. I do not know how much longer they're going to offer this. I thought that they would maybe offer it, maybe it end tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to end today. I'm telling you guys right now, they said a limited time offer. So I'm guessing it either ends today or tomorrow. So you guys probably have 24 hours, maybe a little bit, less than 24 hours to go ahead and capitalize on this promo they are doing. Okay, so $200 in free picks on ONYX odds. That is a complete no-brainer to do so. You can also sign up for Sleeper. Sleeper is an amazing app that has a ton of promos. They normally have 4 to 5 promos a day. Okay, so today's Taco Tuesday. If you like Taco Tuesday, it's pretty much Taco Tuesday every single day on Sleeper. The year is 2026, guys. To be a profitable sports bettor consistently, you have to have these different apps. I know you guys love Prize Picks. I like Prize Picks as well, but get these different apps because it's the easiest way to make money long term. You will also get $20 free entry on Sleeper, as well as a 0.5 pick right here. I think it's a 0.5 free pick on Sleeper that you get when you do sign up for Sleeper for the first time. You can sign up for Rebet, you can sign up for ONYX, like I said, and you can sign up for Underdog Fantasy. A lot of apps that are available, and you guys can go ahead and sign up for that. Second pick of the day, another app you can sign up for is Chalkboard, and they have another massive 0.5 discount. All right, so for a week straight, I think they've done this 7 days in a row now, where you have a 0.5 discount for these players. They're not doing this for any reason. They're not doing this for, some sort of Christmas promo or anything. It seems like Chalkboard is doing this every single day, okay? So add Chalkboard to your arsenal, right? You're a sports bettor. You need to think about this professionally, and with apps like Chalkboard, when they're handing out 0.5 discounts every single day, it is a no-brainer to get an app like Chalkboard. And as I've explained multiple times, we're already going to hit SGA over 1 point. Okay, he's an automatic player to get 1 point, obviously. Okay, all we need is Josh Hubbard. The play here is Josh Hubbard to go under 23.5 points. This is a 50-50, okay? Maybe you can consider it a 55-45, but let's just say it is a 50-50, a complete coin flip. You're getting a 3.1x your money, okay? 3.1x your money for a coin flip. So if someone comes up to you and they say, hey, I'm going to flip this coin, heads or tails, you choose heads, I'll choose tails. If it goes heads and you win, I'm going to 3.1x your money. You need to take that bet as many times as possible, because it is extremely EV positive, which means expected value positive, which means you will win long term. Okay, so Chalkboard, it's free money. You also get a deposit match, 100% deposit match up to $100, and you get a free square on top of that. Okay, so you can get a free $100 with Chalkboard. You can take this free entry that they give you every day, and it's just easy money. Okay, guys, it's really not that hard to be profitable in 2026, and a lot of people make it way harder than it needs to be. All right, here's the play of the day on Prize Picks. We have a Taco Tuesday play, which is Giannis. Now, as I always say with Taco Tuesday, this is going to last till about 2:30 Central Time, and there's going to be a new taco when that fills in. It'll probably be like an NHL player, and then there's going to be another taco towards the end of the day. Whatever taco that you see on the board, just go ahead and fill it in here, okay? So whatever taco it is, go ahead and fill that in. Hopefully the tacos do hit today. The past couple of weeks, they've been 1-3 at 2 weeks in a row, all right? So hopefully tacos do a lot better this week. Hopefully we can go 3-3. But as I said, I just gave you a couple of apps that are like freebies that, they don't mess around if a player's going to hit or not. So here we have Giannis to go over. Obviously, we're going to take this. And then we have League of Legends Correlation. I'm so happy League of Legends is back. I personally think League of Legends is the #1 sport to bet on Prize Picks. It is so slept on, it is not even funny. As I talked about with Aaron Rodgers and DK Metcalf, you guys saw that it is correlated together. So if the quarterback or the team does very good passing the ball, both these players are likely to go over. Now with League of Legends, it is very, very, very similar, all right? You have two players on the same team. As you'll see, these guys are on KT, and it's this white jersey, right? This white and black jersey, and I'm taking them over together. Now what happens on League of Legends is whenever a team wins the game, they're likely to go over their kill projection, all right? Think about if you're playing a video game and you're winning versus your friend. You're going to get a lot more statistics versus them. You're going to get more kills or more yards or whatever you're playing, right? You're going to get more stuff versus that person if you're winning the game. If you lose the game, you're going to get less stats, right? You're going to get less kills. You're going to do worse than that player. So when a team is losing, they're going to go under. When a team is winning, they're going to go over. I had a very good video on this 8 months ago now. I might make another League of Legends video just because League of Legends is back in full swing. There's like hundreds of League of Legends lines on the board whenever League of Legends is in full season, and they took a little break for the new year. Now they are fully back, and they're going to be back for another 6 months, okay? So I made a very good video on this. If you're really about that life, watch this video here. It is explaining the full League of Legends strategy using correlation. But I do want to show you guys exactly how this works in the real world, all right? So here's some games that happened last night. Let me actually go to some of these games that happened 2 days ago, okay? So we have these games here. You'll see this team 2-0s their opponent, okay? What ends up happening is they get 23 kills. The other team only gets 7 kills, all right? Because this team that's highlighted right here is the team that won. If you look at their players, you have all of these guys, a lot of these guys going over, right? You have this guy at 2 kills. You have this guy at 10 kills. You have this guy at 9 kills. And the losing team, these guys got 0 kills, 1 kill, 4 kills, okay? These are the main guys that I bet on, these middle 3 guys. And then if you go to the second game, it was 15-21, all right? So this guy gets 7 kills, 5 kills, 3 kills, 6 kills, and then these guys normally go under their line, okay? So this guy obviously got 10 kills, so that was a little bit, different there. Again, this isn't going to happen 100% of the time. If we go to another game, another example of this, again, you have 15-8, and then all these guys are getting a lot of kills, right? 4 kills, 4 kills, 3 kills, and then these guys on the left side of the screen are not getting that many kills. If you go to the the second game, it was 18-8. So another one where this team ends up winning the game and this team ends up losing the game. And again, very similarly, this right side of the screen is getting a lot of the kills. This left side of the screen is not getting that many kills. And you're going to see this over and over and over and over again in League of Legends. It's extremely correlated based on if you're winning the game. All right. So if you win the game, if this team wins the game, they're likely to go over their kills. If this team loses the game, they're likely to go under their kill total. Now, I will say this team is minus 550 to win the game. And this is what I explained the main strategy in this video. This video up here in the top left, I'll try to leave a link to it, but you can use the sports betting odds to see what team is winning or losing the game. So you don't need to be an expert in League of Legends. You just need to, be able to look up the Bovada odds or the odds on different sports books. This team is minus 550 to win this game. All right. So this is like, this is like the Rams playing the Saints or something like that. Like they're like minus 550, right? This team is like the Rams, all right? So it's like the Rams are going to win the game versus the Saints most likely, and these guys are most likely going to go over on their kill totals, okay? So this is how we've made a lot of our money. I'm going to be honest, sports betting. You'll see here, this stretch right here that we had, which was, a very, very good stretch in 2025. This was the summer, all right? So there was no college football going on. There was no NFL going on. A lot that's going on in the summer is WNBA and eSports, which is Counter-Strike and League of Legends. This is why we did so well in the summer, because there was so much of this eSports stuff, and these books don't know how to set eSports lines correctly whenever you have some information on them, okay? So very important video to watch, of course, very important video to listen to. This is what VIP is going to do a lot in the off season, and we're starting today, of course, because the first games of League of Legends literally kicked off last night, all right? And we already have a setup for it. If I can go to this, we already have a setup for it because of it, right? We set these guys up. I took their unders. They ended up losing this game, and these guys ended up setting up because of it. So very, very good stuff in League of Legends, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and to go ahead and end it here. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and like and comment for that signed Nico jersey, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.